Hey fam, it's me, Johnnie. Thanks so much for coming back to my channel. I'm gonna be doing my long-awaited Q&A. I have a lot of questions, so I don't want to make this video like super duper long. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be long, but I don't want to make it super long, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read the questions. I asked you guys to ask me questions, and you definitely did. And yeah, but I want to do a quick disclaimer. I am not a medical doctor, which means I am only giving you my experience with this surgery. Do not take this stuff that I'm saying as word of salt. I'm not here giving you medical advice, okay? I'm just giving you my experience during my surgery with Dr. Tania Medina in the Dominican Republic. Now, let's get into the video. So the first question it's not the first question I was asked. I'm just gonna go down the list off of my comments and answer the questions in the comment section. So one of the first questions I received, if I look down, I'm looking at my phone, y'all. One of the first questions that I received is how much was my quote? My quote was for $4,500, and that's not including how much the recovery house and all of my miscellaneous expenses. Was the massages painful? Absolutely. They were very painful. Honestly, like, I didn't like the girl. I can't remember her name right now, but the lady at first, she hurt Jonna or something like that. But she was hurting me so bad I refused to go to her. But after a while, I was like, okay, I prefer that because it's gonna help drain the liquid that's still in my body. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, massages were painful. All the way up until my last massage before coming back to the States was painful. Would you recommend her? Yes, I would still recommend her, but you have to be completely honest and disclose all of your medical history. That's something that I keep saying, because you have to disclose your medical history. Honestly, in all of it. Did you have any issues arriving home from the DR? No, I didn't have any major issues arriving back home. My flight was unfortunately delayed for some reason, and in Miami, when I touched down in Miami to my connection flight, that was delayed, so they ended up buying me a hotel to sleep in. It was I think 13 hours delayed, so they gave us hotels to sleep in overnight. And then I flew back out, but I arrived home safe and sound. I did swell a little bit on the ride, but I was wearing compression garments while I was traveling home. Okay, so how much did I spend on my surgery completely? I think it was like $6,700, a little bit over $6,700 is exactly what I spent on my surgery. And that's including like all the miscellaneous, the flights, everything. What kind of anesthesia did you have? They have, Dr. Medina, for the most part, from my knowledge, only gives general anesthesia. But that was only in my situation. Who is Marielle? Marielle is Medina's assistant. Do you get stage 1 Faja for free? Honestly, you do not get, it's included in your quote. Technically you do get it for free because they don't show it in the quote, but honestly, you're paying for it with your surgery. It's not even considered a stage 1, it's just your post-surgery garment. And yeah, I think it's included in the price. I mean, if you want to consider it free, then sure, but I feel like that is included in my price for my quote, which was $4,500. Did you continue lymphatic massages when I got back to the US? Yes, I did. I continue, and I'm still receiving those massages. I get one a week now. Okay, did you have to pay separate for an overnight nurse? How long after surgery were you in the DR? Did you book a plane ticket round trip? Okay, let me answer the first question. Yes, the overnight nurse is separate. My overnight nurse's name is Stefania. I consider her one of the best overnight nurses there. I highly recommend her. If you are interested in her information, her contact information, please comment down below on this video and I'll give you the information. How long I was in the DR for 10 days after surgery. Yes, I booked a round trip plane ticket. And I've on one of my other videos, I list where I got my plane ticket from. So please check the comments section in all of my videos, because I answer all these questions that I'm answering now. I answered personally back to the person who wrote the question. But if you just look in my comments, I promise it will save you so much time when having to ask me the same question I've already answered over and over and over. Also, I'm gonna list my playlist for my surgery journey down below in the description bar, so that you guys can, if you have questions, sometimes the videos that I already listed or posted, I've already answered those questions. Okay, so does she include BBL in the tummy tuck, or why didn't I get this done? The BBL is included in the quote. If you don't want it, it's still the same price. It doesn't go up if you want a BBL. And yes, I did not receive one, so I can't answer the question of am I satisfied, because I did not receive a BBL. I'm not sure about the steps it takes to secure your deposit through via Western Union or wherever, because a lot of things have changed. So she's asking, how does she secure her deposit? I'm not sure about that information now. Everything has changed since I had my surgery. So you can kind of post a question down below, and hopefully another doll who is recently did the deposit can answer that question for you. I'm sorry, I don't have that answer for that question. Where did you get your second stage Faja? I got my second stage Faja from Medina, but I did look online afterwards, and I found that same Faja online on Amazon, and that Faja was like $80 compared to the $140 that she charged. So I would recommend you purchasing it on Amazon if you have access to Amazon. But I also on another video listed that Faja. I think I put it under the Fajas that I purchased, or the how I wear my Fajas video. Look in that description, and it should be a link to that second stage Faja there. What did you use instead of what you took to the DR? Okay, so I've already listed a video on what I actually used. I will list that in the description. What is the BMI that Medina requests? From what my quote was, BMI had to be 35. Did Medina recommend that recovery house? No, she didn't recommend it. I was being cheap, and I stayed there at my own risk. Medina recommended my recovery house, and I just was being cheap and tried to cut my costs, and I regret it. How long do you recommend wearing your Faja? Honestly, that's a question for your primary care or your surgeon. I'm planning on wearing my Faja or my compression garments for at least a year, because even though I'm almost at 6 months, I'm still swelling. So I plan on wearing mine to all the way until I'm not swelling no more. How long did Medina spend with you to go over your results or your dreams of what you want your body to look like? Okay, so I had a lot of opportunities to talk to her before surgery about my dream body goals or whatever. I had plenty of opportunities, but my consultation, like in person, was about 15 minutes long. How do you contact Medina? How I recommend you start off contacting her is through her Real Self website, her app profile on Real Self, where you can get, I think they still have a promotion for free consultation, so I recommend you contacting her through there. But you have to understand, Medina is extremely popular, okay? So you might not hear back from her for a couple of weeks. Okay, so that's all the questions that I received for the most part. Some of the questions were just repeating questions. So if I didn't answer it, please refer to my playlist that I'm going to link in the description for my surgery journey, because most of those questions are either found in the comments, answers are found in the comments, or I'm actually verbally saying it, but sometimes you have to watch the video all the way to the end to get your answers get your questions answered. So hopefully I answered enough questions and I was informational for you and helped y'all some kind of way. What else I wanted to, oh yeah, so if you have any other questions, just listen below, but please, disclaimer, I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm only giving you my experience in the DR with Dr. Tania Medina. So anywho, I would see you guys on my next video and I'll talk to you later. Bye.